Hello and welcome! Tonight on the show, we make a wish with Wishbone's jalapeno lime vinaigrette dressing. Boy, we certainly wish you stick around and enjoy yourself. We're so excited to have you here. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for listening. This is Soft Spoken.
And we're back. We are Soft Spoken. We're the podcast detailing your favorite sauces, dips, and condiments. I'll be your host this week. My name's Adam, and I'm joined here this week by my co-host, Tori.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming by. We're so happy to have you. And to my right, the guy who is just so stunningly handsome. I can't come up with a good intro. Our friend, E.
Nice to keep you there stunned, yeah. I don't think anyone's going to buy that.
Turn nothing into something, babe.
Oh, nice.
Stunned, not stunted, unlike Eric's growth. Oh, got him.
I am just barely taller than a dwarf or whatever they say. I like your T-shirt there, Tori.
Thank you.
From 1992.
This is an oldie.
That was the special school you had to go to, right? It says reserve school.
Reserve for Riri's.
Right. That was the reserved, for the special kids. That's cool. You have game day on there.
Game day.
The one day
1992, I was maybe second grade. This is my mother's T-shirt, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she was a chaperone or whatever.
She used to be a bigger gal or something?
I pulled it out of the rag pile, excuse me. And, I have, very fond memories of game day. Of course, I was on the blue team.
Obviously, she didn't throw it in the fucking rag pile.
Yeah. And, so.
What was your sport of choice?
It was a variety of sports. So it was, of course, you had blue, green, yellow, all these different colored teams, and a variety of games, and they were all elementary school games. Remember Bring Home the Bacon? You remember that one? No. Sort of a Red Rover-esque type game.
I know Red Rover. Yeah, I don't know Bring Home the Bacon. That must be a Pittsburgh version.
Maybe, I don't know. But there was two lines of kids, maybe say on the short end of a gym.
The bus, okay,
whatever. And there was a road cone, center court. Everyone is assigned a number, maybe 1 through 15, whatever. If your number is called, say 7. So 7 on side A and 7 on side B come up. If you're not paying attention, and the idea is to grab the cone and run back to your zone for the point. I don't know if if there's a win by 2, first to 11 type deal. I'm sure that's all arbitrary, but that in a nutshell is Bring Home the Bacon. So it was those types of games we played: beanbag, toe tag, dodgeball. The usual lineup, the usual
elementary
suspects.
Field day kind of
kickball.
Yeah, kickball.
Was there one that you particularly looked forward to, like one that you were the ringer at, oh, this is Tori's game, he's gonna bring it home?
I feel like you'd be all about dodgeball, right?
I mean, we're going back to the Mesozoic era, so you'll have to excuse me if my memory is a little hazy, and it was a long time before I picked up a horseshoe in any real sense like that. So yeah, I mean, it would be really hard for me to say. Dodgeball, I was good, I suppose.
What about you, Eric? What was your sport of choice besides running away from the other kids chasing you?
Nope. You nailed it. It was running. That was my sport of choice.
Really?
And in 4th grade, I broke the school record for the mile. And then
you really peaked then, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. It lasted 1 week.
Downhill since then.
Lasted 1 week, and then Peter, my classmate, broke my record. So it was, but it was fun. I liked to sprint, and
you might say you petered out.
Wow. Yeah.
Have you forgiven Peter? You hold a grudge?
No.
He's buried under his condo.
Good old military life,
They used to
hop schools all the time, so I never saw Peter again. That was a one-time.
They used to call him Sneaky Pete, but then after Eric lost to him, he got to pass that nickname on to him.
Oh,
Sneaky E.
Sneaky E.
We've hung that name on him ever since.
Sneaky ever since. Yep.
As I think, if anyone checks out our Instagram, they'll see my recent birthday cake there too, or birthday brownies too. Yeah. Sneaky E.
Sleepy E.
Sleepy E. Oh, it was Sleepy E. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
I was trying to find if
I was too tired.
Yeah, there's a real shocker. Other than you falling asleep at work and getting a birthday brownie, how was your week this week, E?
Pretty average, I'd say. Work's been good. I'm doing a little bit of architectural work, which is kind of neat. On the side, and I don't know, got some games that came in, which is always nice. Little birthday games.
One a month,
birthday games.
One a month, yeah. One Kickstarter a month. Every week you have a new game that comes in, but you're down to one a month, all right.
Well, that's because, those are the ones that had, backed a while ago, and now they're coming in.
Jesus.
Oh, boy. Getting a little thick.
The backlog
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually I did look it up when you called me out on it last week. Yeah, I'm up to 8. I'm up to 8. I'm at 2 per month. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
which is not good. I need to. Yeah. So I need to not back another game until August or any other Kickstarters.
Yeah. Well, I think you're still like at half your normal rate, because prior to that it was every week you would have a new game. So now if you're down to every other week, then I don't know. I guess that's an improvement.
It's an improvement.
I'm right up for this. Is why I question your nap counts too, because you always say I ask you how many naps. And first of all, you jumped right from like 3 to 18 within the span of a week, which made me real suspicious. But then you come up with something like this, and I feel like I can't trust your judgment to count. I have to multiply it by at least 2 or 3.
The definition of naps came into question.
Yes.
Right.
There for a moment. I mean, which is questionable in and of itself.
Are you counting the ones you take in meetings at work? Probably not.
No.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
I'm not sleeping at work, contrary to, photographic evidence.
Oh, boy.
We're not even 6 months into the year, and we've already lost all integrity from E's ability to count for him to audit himself.
Oh, man.
So, that's not surprising. Sneaky E's sneaking his record.
Now, Monday and Tuesday, if we're talking about my wonderful sleep record, I had some record long sleeps. I got 6 hours both those nights, which is pretty impressive for me.
Hell yeah, dude.
Take that, Peter.
Yeah, right.
I'm record sleeping now, motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
No, I mean, no.
I hope he fucking listens to this podcast and knows its place.
Since we had that episode with Amy, I now have a new goal to try and achieve 14 hours of sleep. As I don't even know. I mean, that's a fucking cat. But.
Dude, if you do it right, you just could never wake up. You could think of that.
Ooh,
14 hours of sleep.
It'd be almost as much contribution to the podcast.
Oh,
wow.
I'm just kidding. You write good show notes for us, and you let us use your house, which we could arguably still do if you're sleeping, but maybe even easier.
Well, I mean, that still leaves another 10 hours out of the day. You go to work for 8, squeeze in a podcast recording for an hour. You're good.
Hey,
take a shower, grab a bite, you'll be in good shape.
You're already not working on your bathroom, so
Amy said it. It's healthy, and that she burns a lot of calories lifting weights and doing her active lifestyle, so she needs to take days to recoup. So, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing. 14 hours of sleep, it sounds luxurious.
I have done that before. I mean, there are times when I've been...
Yeah, when I was ill.
No, I've been perfectly healthy.
I was on death's door, maybe.
You're
Holy
always
shit.
ill. No, I've done that before when I was, comfortable. What are you giggling about, Tori?
This whole conversation's just killing me. No, go ahead, please. Continue.
No, there have been times when I was... Like you said, I've been losing a little bit of sleep every day, and then I had to catch up at some point. That happens maybe once every year or two, where I got to sleep for 14 hours at once. Go to bed at 6.
I figure it's safe to make
8.
fun of Amy again, because she's not going to listen to any more episodes.
Yeah, I think you're in good shape. Yeah, you're good.
I doubt she made it all the way through her episode. It was a longer than normal one.
She was enamored with it, for the record.
That's good.
Yeah. She heard her voice and said, "Oh my God, that Pittsburgh accent!" And turned it off.
I think unlike E, who peaked at 12 years old, I think that was going to be our peak. We peaked at 30. It's all downhill from here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've been on the downhill. That's for sure.
Wasn't that high to begin with, so. Well, other than that, Tori, how was your week? What kind of stuff you have going on?
Let's see here. I fired up the tens machine.
Wow.
I had a tens machine laying around.
Yeah, I did. I saw that at your house the one day and tried it on myself, and it was a little disturbing because if you get the placement wrong, you can make your fingers move on their own and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel like Magneto, man. I feel super charged up after giving myself all the zaps.
We should probably explain to listeners what this device is. Do you want to give them a rundown, Tori?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the super dummy version. It's TENS. I'm sure one of you brainiacs know what that acronym stands for. I sure as hell don't. But it's basically a tablet that you plug in these electrode sticky things onto your body, and it zaps you, and it simulates a massage. And I think it does a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of the idea, is just to, contract and relax your muscles on like a frequency, almost kind of like if you stick your finger in like an AC socket, except for a much lower voltage. That's kind of the sensation.
Much more enjoyable than that. Yeah.
Much more pleasurable. And at least I did try that at your house. One interesting thing that I found I was a little confused about was one day, I think my girlfriend and I were cleaning out one of her closets or something like that, and we happened to come across a box for a TENS unit, and she had no memory of having had one, and I certainly have not had one, and I wanted one for many years, and I had it actually on like an Amazon wish list, but I never bought one. So we were both puzzling as to where, and she didn't have one laying around or anything, so she was trying to figure out where this box had come from. So maybe she accidentally took the box from yours home or something. I don't know.
Did you fire it up?
No, there's nothing in it. It was just an empty box. So we were just trying to figure out why she had an empty box for the TENS unit, but also, like I said, there was nothing in it. So
that's weird. A few years ago, I bought one for my sister for Christmas, and I don't think she liked it, or I don't know. Maybe she decided she couldn't use it. She gave it to my mom, and then it was actually just like I think it's last Christmas I was home and my feet were hurting, and they actually bought the one that came with like these sandals that have all these
the socks. Nice.
Yeah, well, there are sandals that have like little metal electrodes in them, and then you just put them on and it'll like zap your feet in the right spots.
Perfect.
Apparently. Yeah.
And you're a man with a lot of weird feet things going on, so
yep, generally. So
all the feet illnesses.
I don't know. I don't think I really liked it though. I don't think it's not something I wanted to go out and go get myself. I don't really think the whole TENS. I don't think it worked.
It's not pleasurable. Like, it's not supposed to feel good when it's happening, really. It's more like the after effects, I think, are supposed to be, relax your muscles.
I like it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, during, and after, for sure.
Interesting.
I find myself continually cranking it up, too. I'll set it to 80 minutes. I may set it a quarter of its intensity. By the time I have 25 odd minutes left, I'm 3/4 of the way up. I mean, I am cranked. I love it.
I wonder if you could use that in conjunction with your sauna, because you figure
I was thinking about
the sauna would increase your electrolyte output through your sweat, which would increase your skin conductivity. You hook that up to the TENS unit, you might be able to really zap the piss out of yourself.
Wolf.
Possibly literally.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, the only possible downside is those electrodes are sticky.
So you don't sound turned off by that prospect at all.
No, I'd be totally on board with it. And I've given it honest to goodness
pissing himself and everything. Sauna's got a tray in the bottom.
I'm a man of leisure. What can I say? I like saunas. I like getting zapped with electrodes, whatever.
The unit that I bought had multiple different types of settings, like a pinching versus like a, I don't know, needling effect or something.
The deep tissue, the elbow.
Yeah. So which mode is your go-to?
Mine is similar to that, but it also has in which part of the body the electrodes are in. So, feet, leg, neck, whatever. So what I like doing is I like put it right on the back of my shoulder here and then doing the neck setting.
Okay.
And it's very hard to describe, of course, but that frequency you were mentioning, it escalates until it gets to a point. It's like a critical mass, and then it hits you, and then it boom, and then it's nothing. And then it starts from the bottom again and works its way up, and it is just
interesting.
Great.
I mean, you also love getting massages, too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse you, massage.
Yeah.
Massage.
Tell Olga to
massage.
Crank it up. I want to be bruised.
Oh, I see. He goes to the Sarge to get the massage.
We're going to have to change the name of this podcast to Sauce Spoke Tens.
Ooh.
Okay, all right. Womp, 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 womp. Flop of a joke. Well, maybe you throw one on an Amazon wish list or something like that. Tell your Alexa to put it on your wish list. And maybe you'll get one for Christmas if you're lucky.
I would recommend it highly. I like it.
I'd rather save up money and actually get, I think, a real massage. Like, because my parents
save up money?
Save up money, yeah. I don't know, what a concept. And my parents actually have a one
Kickstarter.
Of those
$40, dude.
I'll be saving up for the next 3 to 4 months with the Kickstarters,
No, I mean, we were having this conversation about your annual package there that you can just go in and...
Oh, yeah.
That's not $40.
Oh, no.
No,
you're not going to get a year of them, though, right?
Yeah, a year would be nice. That'd be
wow.
I don't know. I mean, ideally, it'd be like, get
why don't you go once
every
and
week.
try it?
Yeah, give it a spin. Yeah, give it a spin. I mean,
about a year.
I've had a massage before, a professional massage. But
if you take your shirt off for a massage, it'd be the most naked you've been with a woman in years.
Wow.
We're full of bad jokes tonight. Well, I was trying to use the Amazon wish list as a nice little segue into our thing we're going to be tasting tonight, but we went way off topic, but that's okay.
I was going to try and wrap it back to the games and throw in horseshoes. But yours is better.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. But for the listeners, we'll go ahead and dive right into that. We're actually doing, we've been trying to branch out a little bit more, as we've mentioned in some previous episodes, and try some new types of sauces, dips, and condiments as we preach to do. So we're going to do something tonight that we haven't done before. And do you want to go ahead and lead us off with what we're trying tonight there, E?
Sure, I'd be happy to. We have Wishbone jalapeno lime vinaigrette dressing. And it has the price tag still right on the bottle.
Yeah, I got this from my dad. We've talked about him on the podcast numerous times before. Not in a negative way, but also not necessarily in a positive way.
In a very truthful way.
But
maybe.
I think we're generally pretty truthful on this on this podcast.
Oh yeah, I was say I'm not in no way am I intending to be disrespectful or anything. He got this for me. I don't think he knows we do a sauce podcast, but he gave this to me the last 2 weeks ago. I went to visit him. As we mentioned before, he had shoulder surgery, so I've been checking in on him, make sure he's still rolling around. And he gave me this and he said, this seemed like something that you needed. And so I was like, okay. And I took it with me and
that's an odd thing to be told. This seems like something you needed.
Yeah.
Father knows best.
Bear in mind, he may have been on a pretty strong dose of Percocet at the time, so that might have contributed to that decision. I don't know, but that being said, I did get this from my dad, so thanks, Dad, for that. Previously, we talked about him with ketchup and also with the Daddy's brown sauce. I think some episodes he was on. Talking about him with the ketchup because of the incident where there was a retail distributor that...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I'm done for the listeners. I know you remember. Jesus Christ.
I think you highly doubt my ability to remember anything.
Oh, my God. Well, in any case, for the listeners, there's a minor discrepancy with a suspiciously cheap bottle of Kraft Heinz ketchup. I don't remember what episode that was, but that's okay. If you guys just go back and listen to every single one we've recorded, you'll find it eventually. I think it was pretty early on, so start at the end and work backwards. That being said, Tori, do you want to give us a little bit of description of what we're looking at here?
Yeah, sure. Boy, it looks like a token salad dressing container. It really nothing really stand out here. It has the green and white Wishbone on the top with that. The label, of course, which is broken because we've tried the sauce. The label up front is a varying shades of green. The Wishbone logo, of course, is front and center, very at the tippy top. Jalapeno lime vinaigrette dressing. The price tag emblazoned also on the front there.
It doesn't say where it's from, does it?
From where? No. It just says grocery. Yeah. So like accurate. Your standard, type of.
What was the price for the listeners there?
It was $1.89.
That seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah. I suppose.
I'd say it's probably from Mark's because Mark's is classic for putting those labels right on the front.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll call it Mark's. I don't know. Is there a Mark? Is that an Ohio thing?
That's an Ohio chain. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. We'll call it Mark's.
$1.89. Back of the label is also that same shade of green. There's no recipes. There's nothing really read-worthy on the back here except for some, I don't know, the fusion of jalapeno, heat, and lime tang. They're so classic. It's basically a spicy margarita for your salad. Wow. Hold the tequila, jokingly, LOLJK. Yeah, so, yeah, please, cut me a break.
Says this is one of the newer ones
cut
there
me
on
a
the
break.
Front, right?
Gag me with a spoon. Well, I'm sorry, E.
Zap my ball sack with a tens unit.
So it says that it's one of the newer flavors. It says new on the front.
It is? Oh, I suppose it is. Yeah, new exclamation point with a little ribbon. Yeah, very astute, as Adam would say, of course. No recipe. The bottle itself, I guess, is sort of cool. They got the lattice.
I don't like that
design. Why?
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. Something about it. I don't know.
It doesn't stand out in any other way with the exception of that. So
I'll tell you why I don't like that, because it looks like, especially with the kind of not perfectly crystal clear plastic it's in, it looks like old lady crystal like glassware,
depression glass.
Yeah, that like sits in a cupboard and gets dust on it, and then your like old grandma can't see that the glass is dusty, so she pours you like a glass of water in a dusty crystal glass. That's what that makes me think of. A highly specific memory, but maybe some people can relate. I don't know that ever specifically happened, but it seems like something that would happen.
I think the other thing that's kind of noteworthy is, the shape of the bottle.
How'd you know I was done?
Oof.
I just cut you off. I didn't care.
That's okay. Go ahead.
The shape of the bottle, whereas you said the classic salad dressing bottles, they tend to have more of a shoulder to them, I think. You know, a little more pronounced. And this one's a little bit more like a penguin shaped or so, but actually
like a wishbone.
But it's like a wishbone,
like
exactly.
A wishbone,
it looks like they're trying to emulate their logo here, especially the way it narrows down on the sides. Gets thinner, this whole like lattice piece here.
Really?
So I think it's pretty cool.
That bottle.
Yeah. The sauce sucks, so naturally E's gonna love it and try to be the savior, pull it out of the dredge.
I made a specific salmon roe salad with beets and arugula, and I put this on it. It was fucking delicious.
This will make for a good recipe.
I thought it was delicious on just lettuce. I really did like it.
Did. Well,
I did.
While you were talking about the logo, I wanted to mention something. I think this is like an opportunity lost, which I think a lot of times, you know, like the craft places, I think a lot more about bottle design, things like that. And I think they throw in some neat little Easter eggs and kitschy things that I think are interesting. And I think they missed a golden opportunity with this Wishbone bottle. I think the Wishbone logo is new on this. I think they revised the logo slightly. And on the front of the bottle at the cap, where you have to break the seal, there's a big white Wishbone emblem. And they have it oriented so the wishbone is vertical. How neat would it have been if they would put the label on? And then think about this, because label placement, it varies vertically slightly, you know, in a couple of millimeters one direction or the other. If they put the seam right in the middle of that wishbone but oriented it horizontally so that when you break the seal, either the cap or the lower half is going to have the bigger half of the wishbone on it. How fucking clever would that be?
That'd been clever. That'd been fun.
And they totally fucking missed it. And they were so close because they had the wishbone right there. I mean, that would have been really cool because that's, you know, I'm sure you guys did this as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Your mom
for
cooked
sure.
the chicken, you got the wishbone, you pulled it apart in half, and whoever got the bigger one got to make a wish. But why the hell didn't they go with the bottle? Because it would be perfect. You have two people, one holds a bottle, one holds a cap. You spin it off, and whoever gets the bigger half gets the wish.
You know what? I think that's an outstanding point. And a little foreshadowing. They're already -1 in my book. I'm making a big note of it in my notepad.
Yeah,
here.
me too. Because it seems so obvious.
Yeah, I mean, that is $1 million idea.
It's
Are you
right
kidding?
there.
I'm getting mad just thinking about it.
It's perfect too, and it's right fucking there. And you know, when someone was designing this bottle, I don't know. I struggle to think that someone did not think of this. I mean, that's the one thing I've learned with the internet in our modern day and age is that if you have an idea, there are 18 billion other people who have already thought of that idea. So for me to look at this after seeing this bottle for 10 seconds, I can only imagine other people who have thought of this, and probably the people that work there. And they probably got shot down by some troglodyte CEO that didn't understand the concept and just thought, I like better vertical. So,
yeah, because that's the orientation of their logo normally. So I could see probably some troglodyte selling them that, you know, that happens to be.
Probably some CEO that went to the reserve school with Tori.
Yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with the reserve school.
I want to do game day. That's not nice.
No, that is not nice.
That respects
not at all.
Otherly abled people. That being said.
All right, Wet Blanket, take it away.
E, do you want to go ahead and give us a little bit of a visual description on the actual dressing itself that we're looking at through the dusty crystal bottle?
Yeah, it's you know what? I'm going to be taking a page out of Tori's book here. It's your classic vinaigrette. You know, it maybe looks slightly more green, but I might be picking up tones from the labeling itself. I do think it's a little bit more greenish.
I think it is a little green,
but you know, essentially, it's that wonderful suspended seasonings in oil and vinegar, and I'm sure there's water in there. So, yeah.
It is kind of like, you know, when you have like the extra virgin olive oil, not the light one, but the heavily flavored one has that kind of greenish color. It's about that same color, you know, and I think that's usually I see
that.
Shaking your head for E.
I was definitely thinking olivey, just olive in terms of the color.
Yes, it looks like that olivey color.
Like actual olives. That olive oil, when you pour like olive oil out into a pan.
Oh, I'm going to put you to fucking sleep for 26 hours tomorrow.
Could use it, I'm sure.
Rage.
No, like it doesn't really look at all the way oil almost has like it's translucent and then it's almost like fluorescent in a way too.
I meant the color, you piece of dog shit. It's pretty fucking close to that color. If we stuck a bottle next to it, yes, I understand there's some emulsification, there's some, suspension of the fucking, I realize it doesn't look like literal oil. I'm saying the color is approximately the same hue.
Oof.
Yeah, and I disagree. I disagree completely.
The
oil,
disagreeing with letting you
the
do
color
come back
of
on the
oil
podcast.
does not that makes no sense at all. This is much more.
Yes, it does.
It's much more olive colored.
You said it's olive.
darker.
Where the fuck does the oil come from?
Here we
It
go.
comes from
Olive
the
oil
fucking
is oil. It's yellowy. Like I
Oh,
said,
I'm
it's
fucking
not-
furious. That's it. We're fucking ending the podcast right here
It's
and now.
over. Bye-bye.
Bye, Bird E.
I have some extra virgin olive oil on the counter. I'll be happy to pour
All
it
right,
into
we're
a
gonna
glass.
fucking get it for
Yeah.
the listeners.
Get him. This is retarded.
No, that's wrong. I said not the lightly colored stuff. Not the lightly colored stuff, E. I said the darker green stuff.
Just pour it right on my head.
E went and got a bottle of the lightly colored olive oil that I specifically said was not that. He's searching through his cupboard now in hopes that he can find something to disprove.
For the record, I don't give a rat's ass either way.
I'm going to find a fucking picture on Google if nothing else to show E.
Sure, show it on Google. Look it up.
Show me!
You're so full of shit. It's not even funny.
I'm not even sure what the argument is.
He's saying that the tinted bottle is so he's talking about the bottle, the plastic, not the oil itself. Because the oil itself, when you pour that out, is not that color.
No, it is. It is
No,
darker
it's
green.
not. It's a green bottle. You're seeing that through the green bottle, Adam. Oh my God. Have you ever cooked? Have you ever poured oil into a pan? I know you're a good fucking cook too.
We're going back to the 80 episode. Oh, you're a terrible cook with the microwave. Don't you know anything about power settings?
Oh, boy.
Well, that's true. You don't.
I'm gonna buy a bottle.
There's a
We can pour
picture
it right
of
here.
fresh
Right?
extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, that's my exact fucking point. What
That
the
thing
fuck
looks
is that
fucking-
color? It's fucking
That
radioactive
looks
green,
like
you piece of
absinthe.
dog shit.
That looks like absinthe.
Look,
I've never
it's
seen
it.
oil pour out
La
like that.
Panza extra virgin olive oil. It's fucking green, and you're goddamn wrong.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Don't make me fucking buy. We'll have to do olive oil on the next fucking episode just so I can prove Eric wrong. Like, yes,
Wow.
sometimes the bottles are also tinted, but it is legitimately green. Sometimes it's yellow like this,
Right.
and sometimes it's green. Not that vibrantly green, but
Well, no, there's a glass
Don't
there
you
too. A
do
person
you
holding
even
a
cook,
glass.
bro?
Do you guys remember the hubbub about the dress where it was gold or white,
Yes.
red,
Yes.
or blue
Yes,
or whatever?
I do.
That's sort
Kind
of
of like the Yanni and Laurel thing too.
Yeah.
What was weird is I saw it one way, then like the next day they showed a picture and I saw it the other way, and I was like, are they just messing with the TV? I was really wondering.
Well,
like,
color settings, I think you're like predisposed to see it one way, but at one point I could actually make it go back and forth. So I think that it is definitely, and it's a thing,
that was super weird. But
Anyways, would you
agree,
like to continue
it's olive
describing
colored.
the sauce? The
olive
condiment?
color, not olive oil. But anyways, it's not like super chunky. The
You probably think fucking banana peppers and jalapenos look the same too, don't you?
No, I don't. The sediment in it is, seems like it's like very fine spices and whatnot. There's little flakes of red, little flakes of darker, brown. I wouldn't even go as far as
Right.
black. It's not. What is the word I'm looking for? Not unappealing to look at.
No.
I think it looks just like I said, any standard vinaigrette.
I think you're spot on. It looks just like a standard vinaigrette. One thing I will note about it that you mentioned, it's kind of like in a suspension. And sometimes when you get a salad dressing, they fall out of suspension very quickly. And this one I've noticed seems to be, and I think we were talking a little bit before the show about how you have kind of like your different tiers of salad dressings. And I actually had to pull up a picture on Google of just a generic grocery store salad dressing aisle to kind of remind myself. But there's distinctive tiers, and I think we'll get to the ingredients later, but I think that with your less expensive, cheaper ones, they tend to hold that suspension longer than the more expensive ones. Do you
Oh,
think
I was
the
going to go
opposite?
the opposite.
Really?
Total
Okay.
opposite. I think your cheaper ones are more likely to separate and
Oh.
separate quickly.
Really? Okay.
That's
Yeah,
my-
I was totally in the opposite. And my thinking was that there's more like preservatives and binders and xanthan gum, things like that.
Yeah. I couldn't disagree with you with E specifically more. I think it's atrocious to look at. I think the color is ugly.
Oh, really?
I think for it being in a sauce is gross. And I also thought it was a bit on the globular side. I thought it was a little, it didn't have that
Yeah.
nice, fluidy, oily run to it. I thought it had sort of globbed up on my plate a little bit.
I think that E is right in that it does kind of look like your basic vinaigrette, but to me, the color is a little bit too dark. And if you look at it from a little bit back of a distance like I'm at now, To me, it actually, with the little flecks of red and the darker flecks of green, but kind of the overall olive-y color, it looks like a jar of relish that like sat out too long and went off and it started to turn brown. That's what it looks like to me. Like it's gone halfway to that point.
Yeah, I could see that.
It looks like something I would throw out is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't think that's a particularly appealing color.
No. It looks like something we pulled out of your cupboard long after it was not supposed to look like that.
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about the tiers in the grocery stores. I may have mentioned before that we do work with retailers at my manufacturing company that I work for. And
what was the name of that again?
No, I'm not going to say that. And my boss was telling me about how the pricing works is that the most expensive shelves are the ones that are like eye level, right?
Right.
And then your next your middle range price is your top shelves, and then your low range is the lower shelves.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting, but maybe it's just because of my height. But to me, I never look up to the top shelf. I always look either dead ahead or I'm looking down.
Because you're a cheapskate.
No, just my natural posture and my natural height.
Looking down at your feet.
Yeah, shuffling
Sniveling,
around.
yeah.
Probably,
me.
Right.
I think that is one strategy to put, I think that is one way to do things. And I also think that other stores, and I think even sometimes it's bay to bay, aisle to aisle, how they orient things. And I wouldn't even say it's most expensive. It's just they put whatever they want you to buy at eye level, which doesn't always mean it's the most expensive.
Yeah.
Because sometimes...
biggest margin.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Right.
It can be margin, and then it can also be a thing like an impulse buy type of thing. Like, for example, something might only cost $1, but like I said, the margin on it could be good, and they want you to see it at eye level because you might not have it on your list, and therefore you might not buy it at all. And maybe it's not the highest dollar item, but it's an extra dollar that you weren't going to spend otherwise, but you see it at eye level and you throw it in your cart. So I think they have that shit, engineered down to a science.
Yeah, the psychology of shopping is
Right.
actually sort of interesting.
Well, it's just manipulation of humans, so.
Right.
But, all right, well, let's go ahead. I think it bears mentioning for the listeners, we tried this again as we're branching out a little bit more.
Not on chicken nuggets. Oh, no.
Well, you know what?
We probably could have.
Yeah, it probably would have been worse.
Tori made a nasty face.
What a waste of chicken that would be.
Well, I'm just thinking the breading on the outside getting all soggy, and I wouldn't have liked that.
No.
But, no, we're branching out not only in our choice of sauces, but also in our tasting articles. What did I say? Tasting items?
Articles.
Tasting articles. The source of the medium that we were trying these on. And so this week we went ahead and Eric prepared us a delicious, fresh salad from his fridge with lettuce that seemed like it hadn't even wilted yet.
Yeah, it was actually fresh lettuce for once. How about that? There was some red leaf lettuce.
Red leaf?
Red leaf, yeah.
Looks pretty green to me, homeboy. Oh,
just
shit.
the name of it.
It was red. Now it's gone off. It's green. I was wrong. It's not fresh. There are some red pieces in there. Yeah, it was a pretty good salad. But
for being completely plain lettuce, I'm glad you liked it. There was nothing to that salad.
Well, no, I mean it wasn't like your basic like limp iceberg or something like that. That's all I did.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It was decent lettuce, I guess, is what I should have said.
Thank you.
Still got the romaine in there. He's holding out on us.
we didn't.
Yeah, he's still got the good shit in the fridge.
We're saving that for a better salad dressing.
Yeah.
Eric, do you want to go ahead and lead us off with some of your initial tasting notes?
Since I'm the only one who liked this sauce, apparently.
Well, don't spoil that for the listeners. We've been very coy about our feelings.
No,
wow, I was going to say, I think I may have blew it, but...
So, I tend to, big shock here, buy the bottom shelf dressings all the time.
This is your premium sauce.
This is a premium. Yeah, I thought it was premium. I took this to the dinner night the other night.
I did notice that because that made me think of the ones that I had this ready to go.
I specifically bought brand name, what I assumed was good brand name, and then I find out that you guys do not like this brand.
The ones you brought were fine, but they're just like...
All we tried was their regular Vinegarette.
Listen, let me be perfectly clear about something. I know we were getting onto your tasting notes, but let's go back a step here because I do want to explain my philosophy on this. Now, like if I'm making pasta salad or something like that, I buy the absolute bottom of the barrel, cheapest, most generic Italian dressing that I can find, and I go from there. And I think there's like certain tiers, and I was trying to clarify this to you guys earlier when I pulled the picture up of the grocery stores, and I think there's like, store brand generic is the lowest tier. And then there's like your most basic generic craft which is usually like $1 or something like that.
But I thought Kraft was really like high end too. I thought. I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't know brands apparently for dressings.
Now I'm not going to cut you any slack there because we've talked about this before. But no,
Heinz Kraft. They like teamed up together. Like Heinz.
No, the ones that say Kraft on the front, not the Heinz Kraft. They make different sauces. Some of those are good. I'm saying the ones the generic looking bottles that say Kraft on the front. It's the same brand.
Okay, it is.
But they don't say Heinz Kraft. They don't say Kraft Heinz. Right. It says Kraft on the front. Those are the ones I'm talking about. One syllable away from being crap. This says Kraft on the front with the little red circle thing around it. And that's kind of like your most basic tier, one step above generic. And then it goes up to, I think Wishbone is like the fancy, the fancy generic, where it's kind of like lower middle class suburban moms want to be fancy. Or E.
Or me,
and then above that, I think you've got like your Newman's Own, price-wise at least, you got your Newman's Own, and then like your Ken's, and then your fancy glass bottle ones above that. Like my girlfriend said she likes that Brianna's ranch that's like $8 a bottle or some shit, she wants us to do that. But we'll have to take out a loan to buy a fucking bottle of that.
Save up for it.
But no, so I'd say this is like middle tier, but definitely below even like a Newman's Own at like, a $2.50 or $3 price point, which I think is pretty good for Newman's Own. We've been very clear about our feelings on Newman's Own before, but that's kind of my philosophy of. So I'd say this is like slightly less than middle tier on the full range of things at a grocery store.
Okay.
Not bad.
I suppose I would agree with that.
Not
for
bad.
the most part. Anyways, like I said, my standpoint, I'm just trying to let the listeners understand where I'm coming from personally, right?
Everyone has the smallest numbers under it. That's the one I go for.
Cheap. Yep, definitely cheap. And I'm not a huge fan of ranch, and I'm not a huge fan of French dressing. I'm not even I will be happy to have a salad without any dressing at all. Yeah, just freshly washed. Totally happy. I like the flavor of lettuce and vegetables, the carrot and whatnot.
Not even like salt or pepper?
Nope. Just plain
weird,
salad.
You probably don't fucking wash your mouth out after you brush your teeth so you can savor the toothpaste too.
That's gross.
The baking soda is a flavor enhancer.
Oh. It took me a second to think about it. I'm like, well, of course I don't wash my mouth out. I was like, oh yeah, I do. I rinse it out. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, actually, I don't think you have to. I just think it's gross.
I think
they say you shouldn't swallow more than is used for normal cleaning, teeth cleaning, but I think you can swallow as much of the rest of it after that as you want. I think actually, the fluoride and stuff, if you have like a fluoride toothpaste for, cavity prevention and mood control,
they recommend you to just spit,
just leave it in there,
just leave it in,
exactly, leave it in overnight.
That coating on your teeth,
right? Let it seep into your brain.
I had the liquid fluoride growing up. After we brushed our teeth, we just then swished fluoride in our mouths and then spit it out into the sink and went to bed.
Right, and then there was the injections your parent gave you when you went to bed to sleep. This will keep
explains so much.
The next 3 days.
All right, and then the other thing so I'm not a huge fan of dressings in general. They have their place, but
on a salad, that's their place.
No, I was thinking more like pasta salads and whatnot. Like that, I like them in a pasta salad. Like you were saying, like when you go to the store to make. You do have like Italian.
A water fetish, you like to swish it around in your mouth and you like to pour it on your salads.
Water's good. I like water. What's wrong with water? Everybody should have a water fetish. What I'd like to do is I like to go get a nice big bowl of lettuce, fill it up about 3/4 of the way with water.
Oh wow!
Get a nice big spoon, just ladle it in.
And my favorite salad dressing, if I had to pick one, would be Italian dressing. Just classic oil
Wishbone?
And vinegar. I even go cheaper than that usually. I just go with the generic, I came into this expecting to really like it. And, we gave it the sniff test, and I thought it smelled definitely like opening up a bottle of lime juice, a very bit limey.
Really?
And I got a hint of jalapenos. It smelled pretty fresh. I poured it over my salad. I didn't drown it in it. I don't, because I'm not a huge salad dressing in general. So just a little bit goes a long way. And I thought it was.
Put a cup of water on it.
I thought it was great. I thought it really, enhanced it brought the flavors that it was supposed to. It had lime, it had citrus, it had the slow building heat, and I really liked it. I thought it was pleasant. So
great.
Wow. Now the bashing can continue.
Well, I'm curious whether Tori would rather have this on a salad or your bowl full of water.
As much as cold salad soup sounds good, I think I'll pass. But boy, it's a neck and neck race between cold salad soup and this. I know ratings is not for a while yet, but boy, I couldn't think of anything more generic.
Huh.
I say all the time, the nose knows, and I believe that wholeheartedly. But when I smelled this, it smelled like a salad bar at Eaton Park, or some dump. It had no. I didn't get any lime. I didn't get any zing. At least in the smell, it just tasted like, it just smelled like oil. That's all. Just an oily, and maybe that's a function of it being, as you said, a lower tier salad dressing. Maybe not. I don't know. But the nose gave me nothing in terms of jalapeno or lime or otherwise. I just got that oily Italian dressing smell. And the taste, I don't think, did it well for me either. I'm with E on this one. I like salad dressings a little bit more. Don't particularly care for vinaigrettes, generally speaking. So yeah, flavors are okay. I like them elsewhere. Margaritas, like mentioned on the back of the bottle, I just don't think they were executed all that well. And I don't think they really belong on a salad.
All right. Well, I think that you're not totally wrong there. And when I grabbed it, I kind of like squeezed the bottle to shoot some smell into my nostrils. That was repulsing. I did not like the smell that I got. It was not oil, definitely. And it wasn't whatever bouquet Eric was describing. It was definitely like something, I don't know, acrid. I didn't like it. It tasted, I don't know, it just smelled like pollution or something to me. I didn't care for it. What are you drawing over there?
I was trying to psyche out.
Oh.
I wanted to circle this just to keep it together, and I knew he was watching me, so I just wanted to make like a big check mark or something, just to get in your head, E.
I'm just watching you. Yeah, double circle now around a -1. Just
That's
not maybe precursor to your rating.
Reminded himself.
I didn't know we could do negative ratings, but we'll have to remember that in the future.
Well, no, that's not true. Amy said in her episode that if she had puked out the nacho cheese sauce, she said that would have been a -1.
That's true.
So there's precedent. But no, I would say I moved on to the tasting. I poured it and I put a healthy dose on the salad. I'm someone who likes a heavy dressing. I much prefer that to the water. Although I will say,
you don't know what you're missing out on.
My girlfriend and I the other day went down to a local establishment, Center Avenue Slice, I believe it's called, for some.
Oh,
I got a pizza.
Nice.
And she got a salad there, and she ate probably half the salad without any dressing on. She said, "Wow, this is so good, even with just the ingredients in the salad." So there might be something to it, although she famously is one for strange tastes. So she'll frequently sit down and eat an entire jar of olives in one sitting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive just from
big ones.
Just from a gastrointestinal standpoint.
Green olives.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She knows what she likes. I don't know. To each your own.
I mean, I like olives too, but
I wouldn't do it, but I can understand if someone really likes it. Why
and she's
not?
also has, before as we mentioned, taken a bite out of a red onion like a raw apple. So
I love onions. I don't know. I could see that.
And I could see her liking this salad dressing too. For me personally, overall, I would say I didn't care for it. The chunks were okay. I didn't mind that part. Kind of the initial flavor I didn't really care for. To me, it just kind of tasted like, I didn't really get any of the lime. I did get some of the jalapeno a little bit, but to me, it kind of tasted just like a little off. The vinaigrette aspect of it was what I liked best about it. And I like a good vinaigrette or Italian dressing, and it did have some of that aspect to it, which I detected. But honestly, those aspects were my favorite part of it. The main way that, to me, that the jalapeno presented was in kind of like a slow build with the heat. But it wasn't in a way where, jalapenos have kind of an interesting flavor on their own. I didn't get a whole lot of that. But what I did get was kind of like after you've been chopping up, jalapenos and then you rub your face or something like that by accident and it starts to burn. I got kind of that effect, but I got it in like the back of my throat and on my lips. So I didn't get really any of the benefit of the heat up front. And I didn't really get a whole lot of the flavor of the jalapeno. It was just kind of like that unpleasant burning around my lips primarily that I got. So I can't even really say that the jalapeno added anything beneficial from that aspect.
It might be just symptom of the way you eat, you know? I mean, if anyone actually watched you
I
eat,
ate this slower.
You slam it against your lips, and then you inhale it right past your tongue.
No,
it just only hits the back of your throat and the front of your face.
I ate this one.
You're about as spicy as a sauce over here tonight, brah.
I want to mention my dad just texted me. He probably bugged me. He's like, "You didn't like the fucking dressing I gave you." Oh man, I'm gonna feel bad.
Now
if
your
I
dad's
give it
a
bad
psychic,
rating.
huh?
No, but yeah. So I didn't. I'd say overall, I didn't feel like this was an improvement over just a standard. Actually, like I said, the ones that you brought the other day for a salad you made, those ones I thought were perfectly good. You know, it was like kind of just your standard Italian dressing, but I liked it. That was good. I had 2 helpings of your salad, so yeah, it would have been a little bit more off-put if you had given me this one. Some of the flavor aspects I think I would have liked better on other things, like maybe the heat I would have liked better on a chicken nugget or something, but yeah, as far as the actual dressing itself, no,
Going back to our Twisted Ranch episode, I think this dressing would be even better on like a taco or, you know, like a fish taco or like.
Well, I was kind of wondering, like, what if you made like some sort of a pasta salad with maybe if you had like some cucumber in there to freshen it up a little bit. Maybe that would kind of help out the other flavors.
Cucumber, chunks of chicken, cold chicken in there. I bet that'd be good.
I wasn't thinking chicken, but that's okay.
I'm sure it would just be good, though. I don't know. I like this dressing. I really do.
I would need some type of cheese, cream, something to cool it down.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Salad.
I think if you threw in some stuff like that, though, I could see this working better in something like that, actually. So I'd have to see it. I wouldn't make it just because I'd be afraid of wasting it if it turned out terrible, but I would be more inclined to give that a shot. Rather than a salad.
Speaking of trying things, I have a little sauce rewind.
Sauce Spoken Rewind.
Sauce Spoken.
Let's see. So 2 nights ago just last night. Wednesday, my birthday. I came home and I had some old vegetables.
Oh, Jesus.
In my fridge that dated back to Easter. So they weren't the freshest of vegetables.
That was over a month ago, Eric.
So I'm trimming.
Good Lord.
So I trim up these vegetables, make sure that, take off any like really soggy or bad spots.
No! Right? Yucky!
I got them up and I put them into a pan. I put a little bit of that Korean barbecue sauce on them, and I stir fry them, and I make some rice.
That on there?
And I ate it, and it was good, but it was a little intense. The heat was just a little bit too much, I thought. So
did you get any of the grittiness once you had cooked it like that?
No, not really. I have to admit, it seemed like maybe the juices of the vegetables helped to dissipate it out a little bit.
The rot, some of the rot from the vegetables.
Scrape that, put it back into a leftover container. Had that for dinner
vegetables
tonight.
Are so cheap.
So I had it for dinner tonight with some chopped up chicken in it. And that really helped. One, it tasted better with the chicken.
You're still eating these old crusty ass vegetables.
No, they're cooked now because Eric thinks that resets the timer.
Yeah, remember we they're good for another week.
Remember how he said that? He was like, "Oh, I have some sausage in my fridge for the past 2 months. If I cook it, it'll be good for another 2 months." And that's not how that works. It goes
kill
bad.
Off the bacteria, and then it's good. It's good for a while,
bro.
Food safety is not real. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That's not how that line goes.
No, that is the exact opposite. Food safety is very real.
You wonder how you have all these health effects and stuff that you're always wondering, how does this happen to me? This is why.
Yeah, I'm just slowly poisoning myself. No big deal.
Yes, that is probably a direct correlation between the garbage that you eat.
Anyway, so using the Korean barbecue as a stir fry, I'd say it was a pretty good success. Like I said, I think with no protein, it definitely just came across very, very spicy.
Okay.
When I added the chicken to it, I really, really enjoyed it. So that was my sauce rewind.
How much longer does it have?
I'll finish up tomorrow for lunch.
Oh, I'm glad I asked. Ugh.
It's good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Well, speaking of vegetables and things, do you want to go ahead and we'll move on to the ingredients.
All right. So this is a no high fructose corn syrup and no artificial flavors, which should be very interesting.
Really artificial. I guess I wouldn't expect it to have any high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
Or sugar really at all.
Not really sweet, right.
Doesn't need it.
First ingredient is water.
Nice.
Yep. The best ingredient to put on salad.
To go with salad, right?
The best thing to put on salad.
That's why you liked it so much.
Warm water. Love it.
Then we have soybean oil.
Sometimes when I would get up in the morning, what I'll do is I'll put the electric kettle on. I'll heat up a nice hot thing of water. I'll make myself some tea and I'll wilt some lettuce with it. I'll slap it on some oatmeal and I'll just throw it in my gullet.
Ooh.
Some nice, just limp salad, just when it's lost all texture.
I like cooked spinach, boiled greens,
fold
and
it up
Swiss
on the
chard.
cutting board and just let it slide into my
in
throat.
a real soup, like in wedding soup or something.
No, just boiled collard greens. You strain them out and they're just hot.
I give it a little bit of a pass on the collard greens, but usually there's some seasonings on those. It's not just water.
They're seasoning and water. They're just boiled in water.
Yeah, they're parboiled. They're not fucking just soaked in water. They're not a fucking
they're
cereal.
Not spritzed off.
Yeah. It's not a fucking green cereal, bro.
Anyways, second ingredient is soybean oil. Then we have jalapeno puree.
What color is soybean oil?
That's a good yellow. Yeah, what is it? I don't know.
No, I don't want to start a controversy over this. Eric will start freaking out.
There you go. All right. And the jalapeno puree is made of jalapenos, vinegar, salt, and natural flavors. It has distilled vinegar, contains 2% or less of lime juice extract or concentrate, salt, parsley, spice. There's your wonderful xanthan gum.
Yeah, I knew that was in there because that's what the emulsion is. That's why it's holding in suspension so well. That was my point.
It's not xanthan gun
or gun.
Okay,
as we all like to say, garlic, onion, annetto extract.
Yeah, that was in the one. That was in the. Was that in the Freshetta or something like that? We had that recently, and I actually looked that up, and I guess it's just it's
for
flavor.
Color.
Yeah,
this
flavoring
is for color.
Right?
Yeah. What was the name of that?
Annetto. ANNATTO.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I looked that up, and I do think it said mild flavor. It was kind of you remember. Maybe it was in the Rico's nacho cheese because that also had the turmeric in it for color, if you remember. Whereas turmeric does have a flavor.
I remember turmeric for
Same
color.
thing with the annatto or annetto. They have a mild flavor, but mostly people use them for the color.
Is that what is that, a fruit or a vegetable?
Yeah, it's some sort of a plant material.
Huh. Okay.
I didn't pay that much attention. I looked it up for my own curiosity, not for research purposes. So.
I'd assume it's green since there's a greenish tint to this.
No, I think it's red, actually.
Huh.
We can look it up
super
here.
Interesting. All right.
You're not thinking of pimento, are you?
No.
Okay. I had some pimento cheese spread today. Man, it was good. Had it on pretzel.
Love that shit. I introduced my girlfriend to that the other day.
So good.
No, it's definitely red.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, the seeds of the achote tree, native to tropical regions from Mexico to Brazil, impart a yellow or orange color to food. So I'm actually wondering if that's kind of what's giving it the more brownish colors, the natural green of the olive oil combined with the reddish orangish of the annatto. And that's what's giving it that kind of brownish olivey color.
I'll be darned. We all learned something here today. I certainly did.
Yeah. Well, I think what we mostly learned is that it's important to try new things, kind of break out of your comfort
Most definitely.
zone.
Comfort box.
Comfort box.
Even if it looks off-colored or smells funny, give it a shot, and it's really good.
And I think that summarizes. That's the same thing you have in your bio for your Tinder profile, right?
Oh,
even if it looks and smells fun.
Guess that's why I'm not getting any swipes, right?
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. We haven't had any lucky lady listeners hit us up lately for your details, but that's still an option in case you guys are curious. Nothing has changed in that department, so.
Wow.
Then it has your typical, chemicals there at the end, but it's all just, sorbates and potassiums and calciums and fun shit, so.
Okay.
There's nothing
we
really
know,
more exciting.
nothing we can describe anyways. So.
Right.
All right. Well, I think I want to go ahead and get on to our ratings, but there was one thing that we found on the website that I wanted to bring up first. Now, this is a relatively new salad dressing, I believe, for Wishbone in general. So we went to the website to see what other information we could find on there, and they proudly have on their website a 5-star review. And these are user reviews, allegedly, probably the employees, but they're claiming they're user reviews. A perfect 5-star rating, and there's only 9 on there so far. And I'm going to encourage our listeners to go ahead and contribute to this as well, but what I thought it would be fun for us to do would be to go ahead and leave a review based on our ratings, and we'll average it out, and we'll throw it on there and round it to whatever the closest number is. We'll throw it on there for them. And maybe we'll put a link to this episode or something like that so they can see our details on it. And they can ban us from ever buying any of their products.
Yeah, we'll just piss them off. All right.
So,
piss off otherwise nice people just trying to make a buck and put out a product.
I do wonder if Adam isn't correct here, because Marks is...
Hold on, what do you mean?
He's always
correct
right.
about what? I didn't even have a stance on anything. What am I not right about? This is their website. It does say perfect 5 stars. What am I wrong about?
You said it very, very suspiciously. You said
I said what suspicious? Their employees?
What?
About their employees giving the ratings? What are you talking about suspiciously?
Well, okay, so yes, this says new on it, right? Now, as we discussed earlier in the episode, I said this looks like it was bought at Mark's, which is a lower discount kind of like grocery store, right?
Okay.
They tend to get older product or product that isn't selling,
right,
and try and turn it for a buck, right?
Yeah, okay. And you're saying I'm wrong about that. This sauce
expires in less than 15 days for something that's brand new.
Okay. That's an interesting point.
That's interesting.
Still in date, though. I'm glad you caught that, though. That is close.
I was just curious. I looked
see
at
where
the
you're
date
going, though.
I was like,
and I'm going to head you right off because I'm going to challenge you to take a look at the website that we're currently visiting. And what do you see right here?
It's on this label, too.
Yeah. It says fucking new on there. It says it both on our label and on the website. So they've not made any labeling changes since then. So I don't think it's that fucking old.
I bet you it just isn't. It isn't doing well, as all I'm saying.
It's oil and vinegar. What could possibly go wrong with it?
It was new. I mean, how long to hold do you think that's been up there on the website? I don't know.
It does bear mentioning that, I mean, the one on the website has separated into its constituent parts, but it does look markedly different from the one that we have.
It looks a lot different. It looks red. It's really strange.
Well, we shook it up before, but I did think it had more of that. That's probably the annatto coloring in there.
Yeah, I would guess.
Oil. But okay, let's go ahead. Like I said, we'll leave our rating on the website so you guys can go check that out and blast them too with whatever your thoughts are. Overrule us by all means. This certainly doesn't deserve a perfect 5-star rating. I'm going to say that right up front, though.
5 out of 5, right?
Is that what, okay? Yeah, 5 out of 5. Yeah, not on our scale of a 10. This is a 5 out of 5, is what they're saying. 5 out of 5 stars. Perfect ratings. There's only 9 reviews at the time of this recording, which, like I said, as listeners, we record a little bit in advance, but it's currently May 5th, day after Eric's birthday in Cinco de Mayo.
6th.
What did I say?
I said 5th.
I said it was the day after May 5th. I said it was May 6th, the day after May 5th.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll leave it in so the listeners can see whether I was right or not. Eric will fucking tell them I wasn't, but Eric, do you want to go ahead and lead us off with your rating for this sauce?
And so should we give a dual rating, a rating for our podcast and a rating for their...
No, I mean, we'll average it out. I mean, we can divide by 2. I think we're capable of doing that. We're not very...
How about a heat rating?
Yeah, we'll do a heat rating, too, I think, definitely. If we can't manage the math, they'll help us out, so...
Okay. I think that, like I said, I like this dressing. I'm going to give it a 7.
Perfect 10 out of 10. No.
Which is not a 10 out of 10. And no, I don't think it deserves 5 out of 5 stars, but I think it's pleasant.
Who does?
And I think that the heat rating or heat level on it is going to come in, I don't know, maybe a 3.5. We'll just call it a 3.5. It's pleasant. It's not hot at all, really. I didn't think it added an appropriate level of spice to what was a very plain salad that we tried on tonight.
All right.
Tori.
Hit us up, Tor.
I'm going to flip the script on you.
I know you are.
Boy, I have in my notes here that you pointed out 2 circles around the -1. That's to stress its importance, and I'm going to bring it up to you right now because that -1, whatever piss poor score I was going to give it in the first place, I'm going to give it -1 of that. So I'm landing dose.
Oh, shit.
Done.
Ba-bam. He gave it the fucking double tap. Ba-bang.
Sucks. I mean...
Put it in the dirt.
Really, I mean, I look at the scope of things I want on a salad. This is at the very bottom. I could think of 1,000 other things. I would go with cold salad soup, possibly, before this.
Warm salad soup.
Well, if it's a particularly hot day, I might be inclined to have cold salad soup over jalapeno lime vinaigrette. But yeah, wow. It's a stinker. I'm giving it a 2.
Okay.
Heat rating?
Yep.
Like I said, I'm flipping the script. 7.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was pretty dang hot. For a salad dressing, I think that's a lot to ask for. I don't know. I mean...
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that seems like a bit much for a stinking salad dressing. It was just too much. I don't mind the flavors are okay elsewhere, not executed well. Bow bow, swinging them tonight. I'm done.
All right, I think that's interesting. I think for me, flavor wise, I'm gonna come in with this at a 3, and I'm gonna say that because we tried it on a plain salad and it wasn't my favorite. I think if we did have a salad with some more interesting toppings on it, like you said, maybe some egg, maybe some cheese, some ingredients to kind of cool that down a little bit and spread the flavor out a little bit more. Maybe some milder things like a cucumber, a little refreshing, some tomato to kick it up a notch, and then especially like some red onion, something a little pungency there to offset it and to bring it to life. I think that could really help out a lot. But that being said, I think Eric has said it before, and I think Tori said it before as well, and probably I have. We rate sauces here. We rate the product, and to me, this in and of itself is not winning any contests, and it's not doing it certainly wouldn't be winning a reserve school game day contest. I know that for damn sure.
If a salad dressing could compete, it would be dead last.
Not in 1992, and certainly not in fucking 2021 either. To that end, like I said, I'm going to give it a 3, and my heat rating, I'm actually going to come in with a 5, which is pretty good for me, and it definitely, like I said, it was hot enough to be annoying. But if one thing that we don't rate sauces on here is like the quality of the heat, and this was something that I personally have kind of learned from doing the podcast, is that there's a variety of different types of heat, both in regards to the capsaicin, cayenne type heat, and as we mentioned before, like with the horseradish, wasabi, whatever, mustard. But I'm talking about even within that pepper heat, like the jalapeno is, there's a pretty wide range of different effects that heat can have on you. This one I found not pleasant at all. I would give the heat quality of this, if I could, like a 0.5. But I don't want to make that a regular part of ratings. I just thought it bear mentioning.
Too late, dude.
Does bear mentioning. I have to agree with you. The quality of the heat is kind of...
It's not good. You don't get any of it on your tongue.
That's a really good point. It's like a toothache.
It's all just lip burning and throat hurting. It's not good. They didn't add anything by being hot. So...
Wow. Uh-oh. I think you just created a monster.
Oh, shit. I don't want to maintain another spreadsheet.
Too bad. The heat quality. It's canon.
Maybe we can just put a little asterisk or put it in the parentheses or something like that, like heat quality, but...
Or have that weigh into the overall heat score.
Just have it weigh into the overall heat score, probably. Makes sense.
Or we could, we'll do something. Or throw it in with your flavor, throw it in as like a flavor modifier, because it is technically more flavor-oriented, I think. But I don't want to detract it from the heat rating, because I don't want our listeners to think that it's less hot than it is. I would say let's take that off on the flavor, if anything.
That's a sound point.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So for right now, I'm going to leave I'll factor that into future reviews, but for right now, I'm going to leave my ratings as they stand. Now, normally, as listeners know, we record a little bit in advance, and if I'm being honest with you, primarily that is because that's how long it takes us to calculate the ratings,
please.
To average all three of those together. But we're going to try to do a little live math here so we can leave our review for the website. Can you give us a breakdown on our heat rating? Average is a 4 is what you're saying? 4 out of
7
10.
plus 3 plus 2 is 12 divided by 3.
You're there, man.
Does that check out?
Is 4.
Wait, what did you say? 7 plus 3?
That's 10, 12.
12 divided by 3.
4.
It's a 4.
Oh, okay, so 4 out of 10. I was going to say that's going to make it a 2 out of 5, right?
Oh, I see. Divided again. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Yep.
Oh, shit. We're going to have to come back in 2 weeks and figure this out.
Back to the drawing board.
All right, so that's going to bring our average to exactly a 2 out of 5 then, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and we're going to post a 2 out of 5 review on Wishbone on their website, and we're going to single-handedly, if they even allow us to post this review, maybe they're only allowing you to post 5-star reviews.
Yeah, they're probably taking them down.
It's on the front page of their website. Like, it's the first thing you click on. Jalapeno lime vinaigrette dressing, 5 out of 5 stars.
How much traffic is wishbone.com, saladdressings.org really getting out here?
I think people probably go there for like recipes, especially with the sauce, like the dressing like this, that, maybe they're looking for a salad recipe, what to put in there, Yeah. So I could definitely see them maybe going for a recipe, but still, I think you have a good point. Outside of this podcast, I can tell you I've never visited any of these websites 95% of the time.
No.
So
on the off chance, I'll go to their Instagram. But I mean, even that 9 people to be so inspired by a salad dressing to hop onto wishbone.com. That fact in and of itself seems a little far-fetched.
Well,
nonetheless, they're all batting 1,000.
I think that part
Maybe
of
they're
that...
cherry picking from like other websites. Like,
well, no.
So you're suggesting they have more trash?
No, I mean like Amazon or or Walmart.com.
I actually think it might be legitimate. I'm kind of thinking this because I think you're right, Tori. Like, how many people are going to go on there? Only the people who phenomenally love this sauce are going to be the ones to take the effort to go there to actually give it a review.
They are so smitten.
Because if you don't like it, you're just going to throw it in the fucking trash. If you're going to give it a 2 out of 5, you're not going to, how many sauce podcasts are going on there to review it, So I legitimately think those might be in earnest, And to judge the authenticity of this, I actually wanted to scroll down and read a couple of these reviews, and you guys can see how legitimate they are. Why don't you go ahead and read the first one there, Eric?
It's fantastic. Very, very tasty. The flavor is fantastic. The kick from the heat pushes it over the top. Just bought another bottle to try as a marinade.
And I think it bears mentioning this is from Hyperco from upstate New York. Now here's let's look at this here, Tori. The second one here is from a person called The GM, and I'm choosing to believe that is the general manager of the production facility for Wishbone, but go ahead and read that.
Hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, the GM. Oh, all capital letters. He is very enthusiastic about this. Fantastic! I went back and bought all the bottles in the grocery store. 3 exclamation points. Perfect heat for my salads. And then another 4 exclamation points. So I really want to emphasize how much emphasis that the GM, he was really...
all the bottles?
Yeah, drawn. He was really drawn.
He said he bought all the bottles.
All of them.
This has got to be the general manager. And it bears mentioning, too, that both of these guys have had 1 review posted, so this is the only thing they've reviewed.
This is made in Chicago, Illinois. We didn't mention that, but...
Oh, so this lady got the right idea.
What is this name here? I can't read that from this.
EJDE. So make what that would...
Like Enya, but Ejda.
I guess.
Slow building heat. It's lowercase letters, all that. Slow building heat, but 5 stars. My new favorite. I marinated cucumbers, feta cheese, and onions in it for a fantastic, all caps, cucumber salad. The heat builds slowly and packs a nice punch. You can taste the fruitiness of the jalapenos, not a fruit, as it enhances the flavors of the vegetables. This person's a fucking psychopath. What's this next one here, Eric? What does that say? Capone?
Capone, yep.
These are all 1 reviews. They all went on just to review this. Go ahead and read us this one, E.
So Capone says, heck yes. And that's with a 1 exclamation point. This is the real deal. Another exclamation point. Wife found this bottle at the grocery outlet, and it goes for me.
You're reading it right.
It goes for me.
And it
gets me going.
And got it for me. Got it for me.
I took her to the bed
just
and
for
fucked
fun.
her brains out. I said, "You did good picking that sauce." No.
Wow.
Never thought a golden salad.
Garden salad.
Go, I can't see from this far away.
Jesus Christ.
Never thought a garden salad could be spicy, but this works. Going to try it as a chicken marinade soon. Thanks.
Wait.
Thanks with an exclamation point. Sorry, the third?
I'm noticing another trend here, too.
Yeah. Are you seeing something weird going on here with the usernames?
No, actually, I'm not.
There's Capone, and now scroll up. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, no, okay.
I'll tell you the weird thing I'm noticing, and you guys have all seen like Amazon reviews. Everyone's seen reviews. Did you notice that the grammar on all these, the capitalization and grammar on all these is perfect?
I'm seeing a lot of fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious about this too because some of it, they're using a lot of exclamation points and they're using all caps sometimes. But other than that, the grammar, spelling, and punctuation is all perfect, which makes me a little suspicious about this. Maybe that'll break here, but let's go ahead and read what the fuck is that? Windflahamen?
Wyndham Woman?
Oh yeah, Wyndham Woman. Tori, you want to read that one for us?
Sure. Keeping with this weird tradition, we have wow in all categories. The best salad dressing ever. Bought it yesterday. Can't stop eating salad! Exclamation point. We'll try it as a meat marinade. Yeah, this is fishy. This got written weird.
Look at that. They use the ellipsis. And this shit is really throwing me off. Like, everything is perfectly... no one is this good at punctuation and stuff without, like, proofreading it. And there's Alan. He says, great marinade. And this is the only one I've seen so far without punctuation. Lowercase I tried it as a meat marinade, and it made my ribs very tasty. Now that one, okay, I could see that one almost being legitimate.
Nice.
That seems more like an average review to me.
Alan seems like a real scholar.
Yeah, right. Well, this seems like someone this would be my dad's version of a review here. Just, I made a meat marinade, made ribs tasty.
Rib tasty.
Rib good. Eric, you want to go ahead and read us this next one here? From Cornbread?
Next one from Cornbread out of Virginia. He says, wow, where has this been all my life? Saw it on the shelf.
Exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah.
To be clear, after that.
Clear.
This is so corny.
Yeah.
Saw it on the shelf while looking for Italian dressing. Tried it on a salad just now, and whoa! Exclamation point.
And whoa. There's no fucking one is doing this.
So many potential uses. Exclamation point. Please don't stop making this. No punctuation. Just left it hanging.
Well, they don't have a period at the end of that sentence, but the rest of it almost seems like that was intentional, because it seems like they're actually trying to throw you off. I don't know. This seems too scripted to me. Oh, here's this fucking clown. Only Mama, or is that Curly Mama? Curly Mama from Nebraska. She wrote delicious in like a camel case where it's got some letters randomly capitalized. Another pretty basic one just says, just bought this and cannot believe how tasty it is! Exclamation point. Highly suspect.
This is hella corny. Super sus.
Well, we'll know, for the listeners, we'll know when we post our 2 out of 5. We'll see if that makes it to the website, and we'll see if that manages to get on there or not.
It'll be interesting. We need to follow up on to see if we actually, The
review should be something to the degree of ordinary question, or exclamation point. I don't know.
Does not meet expectations.
Yeah, just try and
left
mimic
us wanting. Painful heat and lack of flavor.
I don't think it was painfully heat. Like, I don't understand how you guys thought that was. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I thought it had like just a slow, general, not that intense at all. I don't know. I wouldn't have given it such a terrible rating, but
you didn't.
Yeah, you
but
did.
I did.
You had your say, and we over fucking ruled you with the people.
That's all right.
Fucking
I did to you guys in your Rico cheese. So
yeah, you fucking sabotaged us on that. You were supposed to be the force that helped us unite against Amy.
Yeah, fat chance.
And she came around and bumped hers up from a 0 to a 3, and you fucking knocked us down. You're supposed to be on our side.
Gave it the 4 it deserved, or whatever I gave it.
You gave it like a 2.
No, I gave it a...
Yeah, you gave it a 4, I think.
I don't remember what I gave now.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for our review this week on the Wishbone Jalapeno Lime Vinaigrette Dressing. And with that being said, I'm going to give you a minute to think. Eric, do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to share with us?
You didn't give me a long enough minute.
Yeah, you only had a week to prepare for this. You knew this was coming. We knew we were getting towards the end of the podcast. We know what time we're at. Your face is bright red. You're panicking.
I did give that cheese sauce a 4, and I wasn't out to sabotage your guys' rating.
Give it a 4. Get on the floor. Everybody pour vinaigrette on yourself.
Wow.
And
I haven't sung in a while.
A little bit goes a long way with this vinaigrette, and that's a good motto for life. Life in moderation. I just turned 34. And, it's been a good week, and not going to excess. I've learned some wisdom in my years, I guess.
I have closing thoughts for E, and I'll transform.
Adam's going to.
I'll transform into my E.
Say my usual stuff, probably.
Well, what I would say is that for...
Tori, what's your thoughts?
No, hold on. I have actual closing thoughts.
Yeah,
and this
is
closing thoughts for E. This is closing. This is what you should have said.
For me.
You should have said, much like a crisp, delicious salad of red lettuce straight from the refrigerator, remember, especially as the weather starts to get warm out, not only does your salad need a healthy dose of water, but you, as a person, can never be too hydrated. So remember to make sure you're getting plenty of water as you're doing your outdoor reserve school.
Oh, God, what the fuck? Oh, you guys come up with the corniest bullshit. Earlier we talked about how, like...
something that you could have said.
We talked about how we like to be honest on this podcast, and then you guys
I drink a lot of water. How much fucking water do we drink on this podcast? That's a good fucking advice, and it is honest, you piece of shit. That would have been fucking something you could have said that would have been original.
So original, Adam. It just comes off so natural. I love it. Wow.
I'm gonna fucking.
It's so great. It's as good as those. It's as good as the people's view of that sauce on that Wishbone website.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, to the fucking podcast.
Tori, how about yours?
I only wish the show notes had a punctuation as good as them.
I don't know. I'm afraid I'm going to rile everybody up.
We are firing on all cylinders this episode.
Damn. Okay. Well, of course, Wishbone sauce. I think a lot of times we find ourselves saying, I wish that XYZ would happen, or I wish I could do such and such a thing, or I wish I could complete this or complete that.
Wish the dressing was better.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly wish the dressing was better, but I think it's important that we get out of this habit of constantly saying, oh, I wish something would be better. I wish, as if you are waiting for somebody else to do it. I'm wishing for this. I'm wishing for this. So change out that word wish for, where it's appropriate and put in will or can or could or, or something like that and get it in your brain and put it on repeat that whatever you want to accomplish or do, that you will do, that it's not a wishing that you will do or you will actively work towards it because, how they say wish in one hand and spit in the other, keeping it rated G. See what one fills up first. But there you go. Have at it. Get to it. Smash it. Be good out there. And thank you for listening.
You always come across actually genuine and truthful, I don't know why that is.
Well,
Adam doesn't.
Why
you do. You do. Adam doesn't. I don't pull it off.
That sounds like I'm being sincere.
I know you are. But I don't.
Then I should come off as being sincere.
How do you always make yourself sound like you're actually trying to help people? Like, how do you do that? How does that happen?
I think you missed your calling in life almost. Like you could have been like a self-help guru or something,
We're not doing much for you.
Keep looking. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm a particularly tough case.
Yeah, you say that again for the people in the back. But all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us this week. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Woo. Oh, bad news is we're at the end of the show here. But hey, the good news is that we have several other episodes that keep you entertained. And while you're at it, send us an email, saucespoken@gmail.com. If you've had enough of listening to us and like to see us, you can do that too. You can stop over on our Instagram page. It's Sauce Spoken Official. If you wish to get down into the nitty-gritty, we welcome you to do so, and you could probably do that on the website. That's going to be saucespoken.wordpress.com. We have some show notes there. We keep track of the various ratings we give them over the episodes there, so if you wish to dig into the details, that's a great place to do it. In the event some unthinkable calamity, your favorite listening provider is not available, you can fire us up on YouTube. And of course, we'll be out here rattling our empty mayonnaise and mustard jars. If you'd like to donate to us, you certainly can. We are at PayPal at Sauce Spoken. We'll give you a little jingle jangle, maybe a wink and a smile on your way out. Keep in mind, we have stickers available for you. Slap them any which where you like, but they're available to you. If you'd like one, let us know. We'd be happy to send you one. And finally, we have a proprietary cryptocurrency out here. It's what's called Sauce Stoken. We have some details on it on the website. As we close here today, of course, we're going to ask you, please share us with a family member, share us with a friend. Hey, if you're enjoying it, I'm certain they would too. If you could, follow us, give us a rating or a review on that listening platform of your choice. Thank you for listening, and this is Sauce Spoken.